Once again, a lovely welcome to all my dear students. So I hope you all are fine, and today I have come up with the concluding part of the factorization of algebraic expressions. Okay, so today we will be factorizing the difference of two squares, right? If you go back to the identity, remember how you found out the identity for the product of the sum and the difference of two squares, that is a square minus b square is equal to a plus b multiplied to a minus b. Did you recall that? Yes. So we had read in identity that a plus b when multiplied to a minus b is equal to a square minus b square, right? So today we are going to discuss just the reverse of this. That is what? Factorizing the difference of two squares. That means two perfect squares are given. Okay, here two perfect squares are given and we have to bring it to the format of a plus b multiplied to a minus b. So by solving these questions you'll be able to understand this property very well. Okay, so let's start. The first question, a square minus 16, right? A square minus 16. So as I told you, here you are going to factorize the difference of two squares, and as you can see the question will be the difference of two perfect squares always. Okay, so a square is the square of a, 16 is the square of 4, right? So that means in the question you will be getting the two perfect squares and there should always be a minus sign in between. Remember that this rule is not applicable when it is a square plus b square. Okay, it should be a square minus b square, the difference of two squares, right? So now this can be written as the square of a minus the square of 4. Okay, so that is what we know. A square minus b square is same as a plus b multiplied to a minus b. So what is a here? A will be the square root of the first term and b will be the square root of the second term. So what is the square root of a square? A. What is the square root of 16? That is 4, right? So we have to bring it to the format of the sum and of the product of the sum and the difference of two similar terms. Okay, so we're getting the answer here, a plus 4 multiplied to a minus 4, or you can also write it as a minus 4 multiplied to a plus 4. Okay, so now question number 2, 1 minus 9b square. 1 is a perfect square, 9b square is also a perfect square. So 1 is the square of 1, a square, minus 9b square. What is the square root of 9? The square root of 9 is 3. What is the square root of b square? It is b. Clear? So that means it is the square of 3b. If you square 3b, then you will be getting 9b square. So what is a here? A is 1 and b is 3b. So it is 1 plus 3b multiplied to 1 minus 3b. Clear? Let's come to question number 3. 81x square minus 1. Okay, so these two are again perfect squares. As you know, what is the square root of 81? 9. That means 81 is the square of 9. So the square root of 81 is 9. What is the square root of x square? It is x. So 9x whole square minus 1 square. This can be written in this format. So you got the same thing, that is what the difference of two squares. So that is equal to the sum, the product of the sum and the difference. So 9x plus 1 multiplied to 9x minus 1. Very simply you have to do this. Okay. Number 4, 49a square minus 100b square. Clear? So what is the square root of 49? 7. What is the square root of a square? A. So it is 7a whole square. If you find out 7a whole square, it will be 49a square. And what is the square root of 100? 10. What is the square root of b square? It's b, the square of 10b. Clear? So we got the answer as 7a plus 10b, 7a minus 10b. I think you're getting clear with this, right? Number 5, 81 minus a to the power of 4x square. So 81 can be written as the square of 9, and this can be written as what? See, what is the square root of a to the power of 4? Obviously, it's the a to the power of 4 is the square of a square, or is the square of a to the power of 2. When you square a to the power of 2 whole to the power of 2, you'll be getting a to the power of 4. And x square, the square root of x square is x. So when you take a whole square of this, when you take the whole square, you're getting a to the power of 4 x square, right? So this is 9 plus a square x, 9 minus a square x. So in this way you will be solving the numbers, right? Let's come to question number 6. 144 minus a to the power of 8, right? So 144, the square root of 144 is 12. So we can write it as the square of 12. And a to the power of 8. So it can be expressed in the form of square. How can you express in the form of square? What will be the square root? Just see. Yes or no? If you want to express a to the power of 8 in the form of a square, then you should write a to the power of 4 whole to the power of 2. So the outer power should be 2. That is a square. So in order to make the outer power 2, you should multiply 4 to get 8, right? So 2 multiplied to 4 will give us 8. So we have to make the power as the square, right? So we got here 12 plus a to the power of 4, 12 minus a to the power of 4. This is the answer, correct? Now we have got, this is 12 is not a perfect square, right? So now 7 number, 1 by 4 b square minus a to the power of 8. Sorry, minus 81. Clear? So now 1 by 4, the square root of 1 is 1. The square root of 4 is 2. What is the square root of b square? It's b. So 1 by 2 b square. Yes or no? 1 by 2 b square. And this can be written as the square of 9. So obviously now you got the answer. 1 by 2b plus 9 multiplied to 1 by 2b minus 9. Very simply you will be able to find out you will be able to factorize the difference of two squares. Okay. Let's come to question number 8 now. P square minus 0.49, right? So obviously p square is the square of p, clear? And 0.49 is a perfect square of 7. So you want to get 0.49, it's 0.7, yes or no? If you take the square of 0.7, you will be getting 0.49. So this is also a perfect square only. So yes? Now number 9, 36 by 289 m square minus 81, right? This is the question. So now just find out the square root of 36. It's 6. The square root of 289 is 17, right? And the square root of m square is m. So 6 by 17 m whole square minus the square of 9, right? So you got here 6 by 17 m plus 9. This is a, yes, this as a whole is a. So 6 by 17 m plus 9 multiplied to 6 by 17 m minus 9. So this way you can successfully factorize the difference of two squares. So now let's come to question number 10. Okay. 36 by a square minus 25 by b square. So students, one thing to be noted here is this is applicable only when there is a minus sign. That means it's the difference of two squares, not the sum of two squares, right? Clear? So what is the square root of 36? Obviously it is 6. What is the square root of a square? A. So 6 by a whole square. So square root of 25 will be 5. The square root of b square will be b. So 5 by b whole square, obviously. So we got here, this is A and this is B. So A plus B multiplied to A minus B. Clear? You got the format? Now let's come to 11 number. X square minus 0.04. Okay, so this is the square of x. The square of x is x square minus the square of the square of 2 is 4. 4 is a perfect square, but here you have 0.04. So obviously what you will get, what is the 0 point in the square root of 0.04? It's 0.2, right? So 0.2 whole square, right? So now plus 0.2. This is the answer. Question number 12. 81 minus x minus 7 whole square. Now students, you see here, this is one term. Okay, this is a perfect square. This is a perfect square and this is also a perfect square. Okay, so now how are you going to solve it? How can you express 81 as a square? 9 square, and this is already expressed as a square. The square of x minus 7, this is already a square. Clear? So this is a square and this is minus b square. So what is b here? B is x minus 7. What is b? B is x minus 7. So what is the format? A plus b. A is 9 plus b. What is b? X minus 7. Clear? Yes. Multiplied to a minus b. B again here is what? X minus 7. So now let's open the bracket. 9. So when you have a plus sign, no need to worry. Yes or no? 9 minus 7 plus x. You can write this manner. Now this will be 9. So minus sign is outside the bracket. So minus 7 becomes plus 7 and plus x becomes minus x. Okay. So here 9 minus 7, 2 plus x, or it can be written as x plus 2, no problem. And this is 9 plus 7, 16 minus x. Okay. So this will be the answer. In this way, we are going to factorize. So here, this is a square and this as a whole, x minus 7 represents the square of b. Clear? Let's come to 13th number. X cube minus x. Clear? Now from here you see. Now x cube, as you can see, is not a perfect square and x is also not a perfect square. So in this case, you will follow some rules from your previous learning. That is what? You have to convert them to perfect squares in order to factorize them, since they are not perfect, right? So first let us factorize it by taking a single monomial common factor. Single common monomial factor. So you can see here in the x cube and x, what is common? X is common, right? So now we can write it as x square minus 1 or not. So the previous exercises you have done, x is a single monomial factor, common factor you have taken, right? So we can express in this manner. So by doing this, you have converted this x square and the x square and 1 whatever you obtain is a perfect square, right? So now let us forget about this x. This x is now taken common, it's outside only. Now we'll factorize these two. So obviously you know this is what? Nothing else but the square of x minus the square of 1. So this can be written as what? Now x square is the square root of x square is the square of x and 1 is the square of 1. So it can be written as x plus 1 multiplied to x minus 1. You can factorize because both are perfect squares here. Previously they were imperfect squares, but now you have made it perfect by taking a common monomial factor. So this way you are going to, so your aim should be to make the given terms a perfect square, right? Let's come to number 14. (18a square x square minus 32). So as you can see here, the given two numerical numbers, that means 18 and 32, are also not perfect squares. So what you can do it follow the same method here. You can take a common monomial factor. So what is common to 18 and 32? Obviously 2. 2 is the highest common factor, right? But a square, x square cannot be taken common. Yes. So we have here 2 9s are 18, a square x square minus 2 16s are 32. Okay, as you've done your previous exercises, right? So now this can be written as perfect square, this one and this one. 2 has been taken common. Now by taking 2 common, we have converted them to perfect squares, right? So now we can write it as the square root of 9 is 3, the square root of a square is a, the square root of x square is x. So 3ax whole square minus 4 square, right? So now this is a square and this is minus b square. So now you can factorize it easily. A plus b, that means 3ax plus 4, 3ax minus 4. Okay, clear? Let's come to 15th number now. 3x cube y minus 243 xy cube, right? So this is the question, and as you can see, again you don't have perfect squares here. So what are the factors that you can take common? So among the numerical part, between the numerical part, you can take 3 and 243. What is the common factor? 3 is the common factor. X cube and x can be taken common. Y and y cube, y can be taken common, right? So we got here x square minus 81y square. Okay, do you understand this step? So what have you taken common here? 3xy, the common monomial factor. Remember the previous exercises you have done. Common monomial factor you will take common, so you got here perfect square. There is x square minus 81y square, both are perfect squares, right? So now just forget about this 3xy, it's outside, it will remain outside only, no problem. Now let's factorize this. This is the square of x minus, what is the square root of 81? 9. Square root of y square is y, so 9y whole square. Okay, so you got the format a square minus b square. Now easily you can factorize it. So this is a plus b, a is x, b is 9y. So a plus b multiplied to a minus b. So easily we have factorized this. Clear? Let's come to question number 16. A to the power of 4 minus 81. Okay, so now we can write it as the square of a square. Yes or no? We have to write the power as square. So by writing 2 as for writing the square, you should have the inner power 2. The 2 2s are 4. A to the power of 4, same thing, minus 9 square. So how much we obtain here? Now what is a? A is a square. So a plus b multiplied to a minus b. Okay, but hold on, why? Because here you can see that this can be factorized further. Now this is a square plus 9. It cannot be factorized further, because in order to factorize the difference of these two squares, in order to factorize, there should be the difference of two squares, because these two are perfect squares, these two are perfect squares. But then here this is the sum. So you can further factorize this one, because it is the difference of two perfect squares. A square is also a perfect square, 9 is also a perfect square. So it can be written as what? A plus 3 multiplied to a minus 3 or not? Same thing, because you see, I'm just showing you here, a square minus 9 is same as a square minus 3 square. Both are perfect squares, and it is the difference of the two perfect squares. So a plus 3 multiplied to a minus 3. You can easily make out, and you can skip this step and you can write it directly over here. Okay, so now let's solve number 17. X to the power of 4 minus y to the power of 4. Okay, so x to the power of 4 is the square of x square, right? This is a square and this is y square whole square, right? So we got here a plus b, this is perfect square, so a plus b multiplied to a minus b. This is a, this is b. Now this is addition of two squares, so cannot be factorized, but this is the difference of two perfect squares, right? So it can be factorized further. The square of x minus the square of b. So what is a? A is x. What is b? B is y. So it is x plus y multiplied to x minus y. I hope the idea is getting clear with you all. So now let's come to the last two questions for today. A to the power of 4 minus 16 x to the power of 4. Okay, so this can be written as a square of a square minus 16 is the square of 4, x to the power of 4 is the square of x square. Okay, clear? Now you have to write it as the sum and the product of the sum and the difference, right? So a square plus 4x square, a square minus 4x square, right? Now this cannot be factorized further. This is the addition of two squares, right? So you cannot factorize it further, but this can be factorized further. You can see here. So if you want, I can just write one more step for you. So this is square of a minus the square of b, right? What is b? That means the square root of 4 is 2 and the square root of x is x square is x. So 2x whole square. Clear? So this is a square plus 4x square, and this is a square minus b square. So a plus b multiplied to a minus b. Now this cannot be factorized further. This is the final answer, right? Let's come to the next question. 225p to the power of 12. Okay. So now students, you can see here 225 is the square, the square root of 225 is what? 15. And p, if you want to express the power 12 as a square, so you should write inside 6, because 6 2's will give us 12, yes or no? So that means p to the power of 6. So this can be written as a square. The square of 15 is 225 and the square of p to the power of 6 is p to the power of 12 minus 3. Okay, square 9 is the square of 3 and q to the power of 6 can be written as q to the power of 3 whole to the power of 2. So obviously the square of 3 is 9, the square of q to the power of 3 or q cube is q to the power of 6. Okay. So now this is a and this is b. So a plus b. Okay. And this is a minus b. Yes. Now can we factorize it further? Yes, we can factorize it further. Just see here. This 15 p to the power of 6 plus 3 q to the power of 3. 15 and 3 have common factor what? 3. They have a common factor 3, right? Yes or no? So now we can factorize it by taking common monomial factor. So we got here 5p to the power of 6 plus q to the power of 3. Yes. And now in the same here also we can take 3 common. So 5p to the power of 6 minus q to the power of 3. Clear? So now we have completely factorized it. But now what? This is 3 multiplied to this, multiplied to 3, multiplied to this. So we can do one thing. What we can do here, see this, everything is multiplied here. Yes or no? 3 is multiplied to this, is multiplied to this, is multiplied to this. So 3 and 3 we can multiply. 3 3's are 9. Yes or no? And then we can keep this 2. All are multiplied. 5p to the power of 6 plus q to the power of 3. 5p to the power of 6 minus q to the power of 3. Okay. So students, I hope with this your idea must be getting clear how to factorize the difference of two squares. But still you need a lot of practice in order to get better in this chapter, in this exercise. Okay. So please go through the video properly, practice each and every number properly, okay, and complete your assignments. So till the next class, take care and study well.